Okay, so we are at the pantry now, and I'm going to take all that stuff out that's above. There's my ice bucket that goes with party wear. Yeah, so I'm going to take all that stuff down, and my battery's dying, so I got to switch my battery again. But usually this is organized much better. However, what I've come to realize, which I might have already realized in my subconscious, was when things get cluttered when you have too much shit in an area. So this is a pantry, so I'm just going to use it for food, just like I use that other linen closet just for basically cleaning supplies and just supplies like the paper towels and napkins and Kleenex and stuff. So things get overcrowded when you give a section too many purposes. So that's what I've come to figure out on this journey of myself. Well, and I live in a small apartment, so yeah, I had to cram things in places there that it shouldn't be. So let's look at this in a few minutes. Okay, so I moved everything over here. I found this to make drinks. I couldn't find an expiration date, but obviously I must have just made one drink. I don't know what you use it for, but I'm just going to say if I do ever make drinks again, I will buy a new one. I found another distilled vinegar. I'm going to see how, if I use this like to wash the floors and stuff, if you can kind of use it after the expiration date. Although this is 2019, so I'm going to check on that. And I have these, but you know what? I don't know. I must have been in a mood, but I haven't eaten them in forever. They're probably expired. Let's see. I don't know. Oh, July 22. Well, I'm just going to ditch them. Yeah, because I don't need it. And then this whole bin. I do like grits, but I guess these are expired. So I'm going to ditch this whole bin. These crackers, they're not stale, but I'm going to ditch them because I haven't eaten them in forever. So those go in there. And then I guess I didn't know I had chips, so I bought more chips. So I'll have to see, I'll have to taste test and see which one is it, you know, stale or not. Usually I get my kids to do that, or when they were younger, you know, teenage years in our house, I would always line up all the snacks when I'd, you know, clean out the pantry, because I did it often just with kids, and they would always throw things on like the wrong shelf. And even when I labeled shelves like snack shelf, it would end up on like the canned food shelf. So I would always have to reorganize it, you know, every, you know, maybe twice a year, whatever. But I would pull out all the snacks and have them sit down, especially the boys, you know, that came over, and have them taste test, because I had 2 girls, so whatever, and their friends, you know, whoever came over, do the taste test thing around the table. So I'm going to get rid of that. And then I have this bin that I'm going to put the cookies in. And okay, so like, look, it doesn't fit. So what we're going to do, okay, is we took it out of the box, and I knew they were in packages, so we put it in here. So now I've done a reorganizing in here so far. So let's see if, okay, that might not fit. So we'll put those over there. Those are cookies. Alright, let me move this forward. Alright, now you might see other organizers, okay, where they dump all the stuff out into the bins and then they label the bins. Well, I'm a visual person, you know, and just like for commercials, that's how they get us. They get us by visualization. And if these Lay's chips were all like in there, like it wouldn't whet my palate to want to eat a Lay's chip. It just wouldn't. But like visually this, or visually like Doritos, you know, you're conditioned, you know, with the Oreos bag, with the popcorn, you know, with Peanuts, brand Peanut, whatever, you're conditioned by Mr. Pringles. Can you fit in there? No, you're too fat. So he's almost done anyway, so we'll leave him there. But anyway, so I'm visual, so I put the whole bag in the bin, and it keeps it fresh, and then I can visually see like what I want, what I'm looking to eat. That's just me, you know. So if I had Doritos just in there, they would really, that's Doritos. But if I have nacho cheese, you know, Doritos that you see the commercial, then I'm like, oh, I want that. So that's how I do it. Now I reorganized this. You know, I used to have like a snack shelf and all, and then I had a lunch shelf, and then I had a dinner shelf, and I had a cereal shelf. Well, it was getting really clogged, and since I took the other stuff out of here, I had more room. So this is kind of the first time, well, I might have done this before, but the first time here in this apartment I'm doing it, where I'm putting cans on a shelf. Because before I had a dinner shelf, so I would have every item for dinner, like with my chili stuff. I'd have, like I do here, like what I need for chili. The packet for chili, the beans and the sauce, the stuff for tacos, you know, the mix, the shells, whatever. And I wonder if I could put this up there or something. Well, I know what it is. Okay, let me put it on an angle, because I like to be able to see everything. So, and like I had, you know, spaghetti sauce next to spaghetti, but it was making the shelf really crowded. So what I did is, like, I put it under. Okay, so now I know, like, if I want to make spaghetti, I got sauce. Then there's macaroni and cheese, and then this is also a dish I make, and I think I do need something else for it, and it goes with spaghetti. So I'll have to look at that recipe. I might be lacking something. Yeah, I am. Crushed tomatoes. So now I know. Like, this tells me, I need to buy crushed tomatoes. So I can do it quick. Thomas, that's not your water ball. Yours is on the table. So this, I think, is going to help with my grocery shopping too, because before I didn't know what I had. So yeah, and then my oils, like, I didn't realize I was down so much with my extra virgin olive oil. And then my side cans, vegetables, and my sides. I guess he can scoot over more because he's part of a side. And then, you know, two of the same I can put back to back. Scoot over with the rest of the crowd. So I got room there for I don't know what, but, and then up there, yeah, I have to reach for the cereal, but I'm going to leave my stool right here in the pantry, because I never know where to put my stool. So, and then that's all my drink mixes. I probably should have put the pictures up here. The picture for the drink mix. That's a thought. I think I will, maybe. I think I will. Especially if I get a new one. Just grab the picture and the drink mix that I'm making. I think I like that idea. I think I will. But then it's not, but then, let's say if movers came in. Yeah, I'll think about that. Okay, so I really, I just like how this looks. And that, you know how they say, like, you organize and you feel so much lighter. Well, I'm not done yet, but it's feeling really good. Okay, so now we go down to this mess. Oh. Okay, I wonder. See, this this is like sodas, my, you know, sugar-free, whatever soda. But all this crud down here is water bottles, soda, my cat litter, and that whole bin is dog stuff, which I'm gonna go through because, well, in my house, well, house is house. I had 7 dogs, And it wasn't white trash, 7 dogs. Like, people didn't even, my realtor didn't even know I had 7 dogs when I was going to sell my house. I mean, it was very clean. Took a lot, but it was very clean. So I had 7 dogs, but like before I got homeless, a year and a half before I got homeless, 5 of the dogs passed away of old age. They were ages 13 to 18, I believe. And they were all rescues except for one. Amelia and Cooper and Thomas are all rescues. But so I had 7 dogs. 5 were rescues. Amelia's one of the 7. Snuggles I had to put down when I became homeless because she was blind and deaf, and you know, she knew my house well. She kind of hung out in the kitchen where it was close to the patio door. She knew the yard, you know. She was not gonna probably get adopted, or it would have been too hard for her to get around somewhere. I mean, she knew the layout of the land. You know, she was still happy. She was still eating. She wasn't having incontinence, but she was just really old, blind, deaf. So I had to put her down. But the other 5 passed away, like within a span of a year and a half. A lot of grief, okay, because they were like 13 to 18, like I said. Very old age, you know, like lived maybe 12 to 15, I don't know, but they were all like senior citizens. They were all rescued animals around the same age. Note to self, don't do that, because then they all pass away at the same time. So I have a lot of dog stuff, and I got rid of a lot of dog stuff. So I'm gonna look through that bin and see. You know, I'm way too old now to have 7 dogs, which I wouldn't have ever again anyway. 1 dog is perfect. However, you know, 2 is kind of nice because when they're home alone, they have a friend. And Amelia's so little, it's so easy. She's so easy. Cooper is a very good dog for being a big dog. A very couch potato when he's in the apartment. Great apartment dog. So yeah, so I'm going to pull that bin out and look through all my dog stuff. And I intended to keep all the dog stuff on this bottom shelf. Food and everything. We have had mouses in here, but I haven't had them in like a year. So that's another reason why I actually put these in bins, because I didn't want mouses to come in. And doing all this cleaning through drawers and closets, I have not found any mouse turds or any bugs, which I didn't think I would, but yay me. We do have an ant problem in here, but I've kind of solved that one too. I haven't had ants in a long time, but that's normal for every apartment, I guess. So I'm gonna see what I could do with this mess down here. Yeah, this is all dog stuff, and then sodas. Okay, we'll move on. Hang on. Okay, so here's the dog bin. So I'm going to put what I don't want on the lid or just straight into the bag. So, and I put drinks on this shelf. I would like to take the cat food off of that shelf if I could. It is in locked bins, so we'll see. Because like when I buy tea and stuff, it would be nice to put it there. So we'll have to see about that. So let's go through this bin and see what we get. Okay, I emptied the bin out, so now I'm to the bottom. And like I said, I was a pet sitter. And if I had $1 for every dog I found on the street, I would be rich. Let's see. Let me just see what these are. That one. Oh. Oh, I wonder if that'll fit Cooper. I'm going to put this in a... I don't have a maybe pile, but I'm going to put it in a maybe pile. I don't use chains on dogs. So I'll put that in there. Put that in there. Put that in there. This was very handy when I had a Maltipoo and a Bichon Maltese mix, because they are the exact same size, so they walked together. So that was kind of a nice thing. Yeah, you need two little dogs. I don't know if I did get any other dogs, they'd be little. Oh, that's pretty. That's a pretty collar. I don't know who that was for. I forget. Okay. This is a nice big leash. And it's a short leash. Put this in the maybe pile. Is this the same thing? Okay, that is a good leash. Because I've had Cooper's leashes for so long, I'm so afraid that they're going to break one of these days. Okay, when I first got him, I had this choker collar. He did not care. He choked himself. No, he didn't really choke himself. He didn't hurt himself. But it did not hold him back. He is so friggin' strong. Okay, I have to untangle that. We'll get rid of that. There's that. Okay. Yeah. I think that didn't fit him. I'll get rid of that. This I think is a glow-in-the-dark leash, which is nice. You know, when you have dogs, you can't have too many leashes. Oh. This is for my lab. That's cute. Give that away. Oh shit, I'm sorry. Amelia, hang on a minute, people. Okay, I was in the way of her potty pad. Whoa, what is this? What is this mess? What did I walk an elephant? Okay, and then this little thing. What is this little thing? Is this another? Okay, I can't hold it. Is this another twofer? Oh, I think it might be. I don't know what it is. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, so now I have another empty box for whatever. And then I have these. Ugh. I'll get rid of the yellow one because it's not like the other. So these are what they use kind of at the vet or animal control, you know, when they're catching dogs. Cook County government. Yeah, so I'll keep that. So this is a whole pile I'm going to get rid of. At first I was like, oh, what do I need? Why don't I have a fish tank in here? And duh, found the lid. That's for treats. So all of this, here's a bag of trash, things that are broken or whatever, so not too much trash. But yeah, so that emptied that, and this is all that I'm keeping. This is it. Where's the bowls? There's those bowls. I thought I was keeping these two. I don't know. I'm supposed to keep this to go with Cooper's food bowl. So I have a set. Keep these for Thomas maybe. I'll figure that out. But yeah, I'm getting rid of all that. And I used to cut my dog's hair, but I don't have any dogs now that need their hair cut because they're short haired. They don't grow. So, oh, I'm excited. Now this I used to have outside because, again, I had 7 dogs. So, yeah, I can look online to see if you can buy another big one like this. Not that I would have 7 dogs, but... And then they all like drank around it. I had 2 of these, and I had them out in the yard, and I'd fill them up with the hose water, and you know, when they're out there hanging out all day, and I'd refill it, you know, to keep it cool. But with 7 dogs, yeah, I needed a huge bowl, and I actually have another huge bowl that's in the bedroom that I can put in this bin, or like if I get a horse, I guess. So, yeah, okay, I'm glad about that. So that takes care of that. So hang on. Okay, so I'm so happy that this big thin stake that goes in the ground fit in this finally, because it didn't. And I consolidated all my cat toys, you know, that came in the Christmas stockings. I didn't give them all out. I had cats too, so I saved them for when you need to you know, give them some new things that, oh, and there's that laser pointer thing. So I save them, you know, to pull out new ones. This was my Australian shelter mix backpack. He was a therapy dog, and that was my Lab's Frisbee, so I'm going to keep it. Maybe someday when we have fenced in yard, Cooper can play with it, and it fits. So yeah, so I have a bin, and I think I have another huge bowl and something else in the bedroom that's dog related. So this is done. Let me put the lid back on. Okay, so this is done. I always pick up my dog's bowls. You know, I don't leave them out. Well, because my place is small, and I used to, until I had 7 dogs. I had a nice little wooden, you know, look like a dog, and then you put the dog bowls in it. Until I got to, when I had 3 dogs, but once I got to 7, they all ate in their crate. So, yeah. So I'm really, and this is my dog's bin, dogs. I'm so happy that I fit that big friggin', what you call it, stake that you put in the ground so they can run around, and the big leash that goes with it. Now I need to get one for Amelia's stake in the ground. And that came in handy when I was homeless, because we go to parks and I would put it in the ground so I can like kind of just sit in my van or in a folding chair, you know, beach, whatever, camping chair, and put that in the ground, and he could like lay down and walk around, and I didn't have to be like walking with him. So that came in handy. I used to have it in my car. And then Thomas's litter and Thomas's food, and my spare for when I run down of this, because you cannot have no food for Thomas. He turns into a gremlin, literally, just like the movie. Like it is not a happy sight. And then this is a water bottle. It says no bark. That's how I train my dogs not to bark. Squirt them up the nostril with some water. Don't like it, they don't bark. Like I said, I had 7 dogs at my house, and you know, other than the 3 houses behind me, if they were in their upstairs, they could look in my yard and see my dogs. And then the neighbor on the left side of me had a 4-foot fence. They could see my dogs. But the people on the right side and the people across the street and anyone else in the neighborhood did not know I had 7 dogs, because they didn't bark. They just didn't bark. Dogs bark if they're anxious, unhappy, bored, whatever. Otherwise, they will bark maybe if a stranger comes, you know, for protection, or if they're trying to tell you something, you know, a happy talking bark. Otherwise, dogs shouldn't bark, in my opinion. You know, and I'm a very conscious, especially having 7 in the past, that I don't want to be rude to neighbors and let a dog just constantly bark, bark, bark. So I use the water bottle, you know, and I would just show it to my dogs and be like, no bark. I could just set it at the stairs and they wouldn't bark. Or I could just show it to them. I could just set it in the kitchen on the floor and they would be like, okay, we don't bark now. So Cooper only bark. He's a 2 barker. He's a bark. You know, he's not a constant bark, you know, yappy dog. And Amelia rarely barks because she's part of the seven herd. Because I did have a herd, and I was the pack leader, but I had a herd. So she doesn't bark at all, like rarely. And Cooper didn't either when he first came with me. After all the others passed, and I just had Amelia, and she was really lonely, so I got Cooper. And he never ever barked either, because she didn't bark until we became homeless and lived in my van. And then it was more out of protection that he learned to bark. So that's how he does know quiet bark, so he knows how to like keep it quiet. So anyway, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I don't have doors, as you can see, because I've asked for like probably 2 years for them to come put my doors back on. But you know, realistically, it's easier just to get in and get out. But yeah, I mean, I really do wish they would put my doors back up, but hey, that's what you get sometimes with some landlords. So I'm happy about this, and next I guess we will do the bathroom.